Hey, what's up? This is Brian Pfeiffer, the owner of BachelorVegas.com. I'm standing here, guys, in front of the Fontainebleau, the hotel, and this video is going to be all about LIV Beach bottle service. So if you're coming to Las Vegas, you're looking at LIV Beach for some bottle service, I'm your guy. Make sure you text me at 702-883-3006. I've been in the business for 25 years, been booking tables out here for the last 13. I book about 75 to 100 groups every single weekend out here in Las Vegas, and I'm going to take you through this whole place, show you all the different options for bottle service. Let's go in and check this place out. All right, hopefully you guys are ready for a full tour of LIV Beach and the bottle service options. Let's just talk about the place for a minute and 2026 and what we're looking at. So the place is going to be open Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They do typically open up at 11 o'clock, stay open until about 6 o'clock. They did pick up a couple new DJs this year. I noticed on the nightclub roster, they have a bunch of new ones, but on the pool roster so far, I've seen a side piece from the Wynn Nightlife group. They really didn't lose anybody, so as far as I can tell, they still have their same big hitters. They're gonna have Dom Dolla, you're gonna have John Summit, even Disco Lines is a big hitter. Of course, they have David Guetta. He's only here on Saturdays at the Beach Club, probably for the, maybe from like March till about the middle of May, and then he goes over to Europe, and then he's gone for the rest of the year. They might bring him back like F1 type of weekend for the LIV nightclub, but he's going to be one of their big hitters. Obviously, he's our staple on Saturdays for the first part of the pool season, and then they switch it off to be more like, your John Summit, your Dom Dolla, and then, occasionally you'll see like another guy like Disco Lines headlining on a Saturday. This Saturday, I'm here today at a table. They had Side Piece. That's the one they took from the Wynn. And then last Saturday, they had Cloney. It was really busy. It was opening Saturday. I was here at a couple beach villas, and it was a really good party. And they got a pretty good roster, okay? So they've done a pretty good job of recruiting some talent. I did notice they have Matroda this year. He's going to be at some of the pools events. And then I did see Summer Rae. That's going to be like a Friday, Sunday DJ. And some of the other names they have, like Dombrowski. He's probably going to be like a Friday or Sunday DJ here. Hopefully they're going to book some talent on Fridays and Sundays, because if they don't, it's tough here, okay? Las Vegas is going to be extremely competitive this year. We did lose Dre's Beach. We did lose Daylight, but I think Daylight's coming back as a place called Tailgaters or something like that. It's going to be more like a stadium swim. And Dre's Beach is not coming back, but Omnia Day Club is opening up EDC weekend. So that's going to be a monster hitter. That's a big pool party. It's bigger than LIV Beach. Probably not quite as big as Encore Beach, but it's definitely big. It's probably the second or third biggest pool party, and it's going to be new. It's going to be the center of the strip. It's definitely going to give this place a run for its money, and it's definitely going to shift the dynamics, especially on Fridays and Sundays, because those days were kind of struggling anyway at all the pools. And now they got the new pool there. They're going to book talent on Fridays and Sundays. Everyone's going to want to go there. So it is what it is. So this place will be a slam dunk every Saturday, especially when they have a big DJ. If they book talent on Fridays or Sundays, it's going to be pretty good. The best thing you do is hit me up. Just shoot me a text. I gave you my number earlier, but I will be able to tell you what else is going on in town, how I think this place is going to be, and if the pricing's fair. Sometimes we can always do a little bit better than what's online, and especially on Fridays and Sundays, we can maybe work some sort of bottle package and get you guys set up. Now let's talk about getting into this place. There is several different ways to get in. One is going to be the guest list. It's usually a pretty big line on like a Dom Dolla or John Summit day, and they typically don't let guys on the guest list on those days. You're gonna have to pay anyway. Maybe you can get in on the guest list, but you're still gonna have to pay, so you might as well just get tickets. Girls are pretty good about getting girls in on those days. They want the place to be filled with pretty girls, and it is on those days for sure. So expect to pay to get in if you're a guy on a Saturday with a big DJ. Just get the tickets, okay? That's another option to get in. They do have like VIP entry, expedited tickets. Of course, the male tickets are usually more than the female tickets. It's just the way it is, and so that's just what you got to deal with. Now, if you're interested in getting a table, that's where I'm going to come in. I'm a licensed independent host out here in Las Vegas. Like I said, I've been booking tables out here 15 years, and I've been in the game for about 25 years, and I definitely know all the ins and outs of this venue. So let's talk about the different bottle service options, and we'll start at the top with the best cabanas, villas, whatever you want to call them, and we'll work our way down to the worst, okay? So the top spot out here, in my opinion, is going to be the beach villas. There's 6 of them. There's 3 on top that get sun. There's 4 on the bottom that don't get sun, but they all have their own private pools, if you will, plunge pools. And my big money clients love those tables because they have their own pools. Now the bottom ones are separated by like a divider. The top ones are not separated, but they do have like a little indentation, and that kind of gives you a little bit more like privacy in your own pool up there. So those are actually really good pools. People love being up there and being in those private pools. Those are the only 6 beach villas in the whole place that have their own private plunge pools. They don't have them on any of the cabanas. So big money on big weekends, 20K, 25K on regular Fridays or Sundays, not not that expensive, and we can give you a nice setup over there. Now then you're gonna have the cabanas on the right and the left of the DJ. Those are called your stage cabanas. I like those as well. What I do like about them is there's a nice vibe up there. You're same level as a DJ. You're looking right at the DJ. There's tons of people that want to get up there, so there's a ton of traffic up there. I've had those many times, and the guys really do love them. So the stage cabanas are really nice. They just don't have their own plunge pools, but they're still awesome because you're in the vibe, all right? Now there's 2 beach cabanas on the left when you walk in. Those are really big. They actually improved those a lot when they remodeled. After the first year, they actually opened up a door from the nightclub to the day club and added the east terrace, and they made the beach cabanas a lot bigger and deeper. So those are huge. You can put like 25 people in the beach cabanas. They're really nice and they're really big. They're elevated. You got a nice view of the DJ there. Those are really excellent tables too, and they're not that expensive on certain days. You can get a nice big cabana for a big group and be fairly reasonably priced, all right? Now on the pool deck, there's what's called beach couches, okay? The beach couches are the ones that line the pool. There's a whole row of them on one side and half a row on the other side. And the beach couches are some of my favorite tables as well because you're in the action right next to the pool. And, you know, they're just great tables because if you want to be in the pool, you want the action, they're right there. They're definitely money. People like those beach couches. Now, there's also on the right, on the left, if you're looking at the DJ, below the stage cabanas, there's some dance floor tables. There's 2 or 3 on the right, 2 or 3 on the left. And those tables, you'll have an umbrella, you have a little bit of a roped off area, and they're right there looking up at the DJ, and they got a nice vibe there as well. Good tables if you want to really be in the action, okay? So the pool, or the beach couches and the dance floor tables are really in the action. There's tons of traffic around there. If that's what you're looking for, you're good there. Also in the action are the pool couches, okay? Those are the ones, the way the place is set up, it's kind of like a stadium sort of style where the tables are. The pool couches sit on the pool deck and they're right in front of the club sections, okay? There's 2 on the left in front of the beach cabanas, and I think there's 2 or 3 in front of the club, the upper middle or center club and lower club. Then the pool couches are on the lower level on the pool deck, okay? And those are good. I really like those as well. There's tons of traffic there. I've had those many times. Guys really like them. They get a ton of traffic, and you're just not right next to the pool. That's the only thing. Now, also on the pool deck, to finish that out, there is going to be what's called the main deck day beds. Now, they actually kind of turn those more into like pool couches now. So day beds, pool couches, they're basically kind of the same thing. The day beds are a little bit more like rectangular, if you will, like a bed instead of like the couch. But lately I've been seeing they've been putting the couches over there. So those are more like pool couches, and those sit right in front of the beach villa. There's 3 of those over there. Okay, so if you want to request those, probably going to be like a pool couch price. Sometimes they're a little bit cheaper. If they're not going to be super busy, they'll put the beds there and they'll have the women there to be in front of the beach villas to make the richer spenders, if you will, have a little bit more pleasurable experience looking at pretty girls in front of them. All right, so that is the entire pool deck. Now, if we start to work our way upstairs, there's basic club area. They call it the club, and there's the lower club, which is the first level up from the pool deck. There's going to be, I think, 3 tables on the one side, and then there's a kind of like a bar in the middle, and then there's 3 tables on the other side. And then above those, there's going to be the center club. Okay, same type of setup, 3 on one side, 3 on the other, bar in the middle there. And then above that, there's going to be the upper club. So the upper club is basically the back wall on the upstairs. On the one side, I think there's 4 or 5 over there, and there's a couple that are crabby. You really don't get a good view from there. Even the center club, you don't get a good view from over there. So make sure you text me. We'll try to avoid those. And then the upper club on the other side looks straight onto the DJ. Those are good. 801 to 803 is usually what I request for the upper club. Now they do have the bar up there. That is going to be the upper club bar, if you will. And then there's a front row premium upper club, premium terrace. I guess they call it premium terrace upper club. And those are good, really good. Basically the same thing as the east or west terrace, right along the glass, overlooking the whole club. I really do like those. And then today I had a second row upper club premium terrace. That's going to be right behind those tables. Also a good table, nice view. You can definitely see everything from up there. And my customer's really happy. It's a nice table up there. I believe it was table number 810. And then also on the upstairs, you're going to have the 2 terraces, okay? The west terrace is the original side. The terrace tables line the glass. There's a bunch of good ones over there, and there's a couple crappy ones, so make sure you hit me up and we don't get one of the crappy ones. On the east side, same type of thing. There's a bunch of good ones overlooking the pool, and they're big tables, and there's a couple that I would prefer not to have that are a little bit kind of tucked a little bit behind the DJ, and you don't get the best view from up there. Now there's a second on the east side, the new side, which is where the club opens up to the pool. They do have a second row premium east terrace. Those tables are okay. The view's not that great from up there. You can't really see the DJ from up there. There's a couple that you can see the DJ from, and there's a couple that you can't. So just, hit me up and we'll request one that we can see the DJ with. And then as far as the rest of the tables upstairs, there's going to be what's called the terrace day beds. Now those are behind the west terrace. There's a row of day beds. Those tables are like just a regular bed, like a square bed, but you can't see anything from the terrace day beds. You cannot see the DJ, and you cannot really see the crowd. So not the best tables in the world. I definitely probably wouldn't recommend those. Those are called the terrace tables, and they sit behind the terrace day beds. And they used to be called the terrace cabanas, but they're not really cabanas. Some people complained. They're just couches underneath, so they're covered, which is kind of nice, and they're tucked away in the back, but you can't see the crowd and you can't see the DJ from back there, so not the best tables. If you want a place to just throw your stuff, those would be okay for that. And then even worse than those, there's tables called the terrace reserve. They put tables like behind the DJ essentially, but there's a wall. So literally your table looks at a wall, okay? And you're in the walkway. It used to not be, there used to be a dead end there. They were really bad. Now at least there's a walkway there and you can actually get some traffic back there. But I've booked those tables for people that just want to do a really cheap day, like a $1,500 or $1,000 budget on a big day, or even $750 budget. And they just want a place to throw their stuff and have a place to drink and sit. Those work for that, but definitely not that much more money. We can get you a lot better table. So talk to me about that. The terrace reserve tables, they suck, so don't get those. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my full walkthrough of LIV Beach. Make sure you like this video, do subscribe to this channel for more, and bang the notifications bell. Now I do put this place in a lot of our packages. If you want to get a limo here and there back, you want to do a brunch with all you can drink, we have a bunch of good options. And if you want to do something like an atomic golf or something fun after this, we can set that up. We have a bunch of packages. Make sure you click on the link below. And I also have the new party plan app coming out in April and May. Make sure you download that app, use that tool for your group travel. You can put in all your expenses in there, your full itinerary. You can communicate with your group. It's a free tool. And then we also have a bunch of different options on there as far as our packages. We're gonna have show tickets, we're gonna have bottle service, we're gonna have hotels on there. Everything's gonna be bookable, and I think you guys will really like the app. So I'm Party Plan Brian. I'm looking forward to working with you. Let's map out your Las Vegas game plan and follow me for everything in Las Vegas.